Listen now, Eschatological Moment with Pr Cristovam Filho.
Good morning, my fellow Christians. This is the Faisal radio station from Goiânia, Brazil. Let's talk about our national issues. Mr. Levi, Secretary of Treasury, is leaving. He tries to quit this week, but Dilma Rousseff, I don't know how, just convinced him to stay for a few months until the end of the year. Things here are getting worse every single day, and all that we have to do is to pray, because our economy is really melting down. We are in a relief time with the stock market, but it's just a relief. I think that the US currency here will be really high just in a few weeks, maybe 5 reais or something like that, 4.5. And we have some statistics that are terrible. The youngsters from 18 years old until 30 years old, we have 50% of them unemployed, and it's terrible. 50% of the adult people in Brazil, they are with the names in a kind of system that we have here for bad debtors, and they are included in the system. So we are talking about 50%, probably 60-70 million people. They are not being able to make ends meet at the end of the day, at the end of the month, and things are really getting worse. We are seeing many businesses closed in malls and places like that. The economy is really melting down, and all that we can do is try to protect our family some way, try to keep our jobs, and to fight, to struggle, to be more competitive, individually speaking, because I think that no solution will come from the politicians. And there is a very simple reason. We have only left politicians in Brazil in the last 20 years. We have no representatives of the conservative part of the country, and we are talking about 80% of the country is composed by conservative people, and we don't have one politician, maybe one or two in 1 million, that can represent this conservative part of the country. So we have left politicians in the last 20 years, and they are in charge now. The people that are really in charge, they are with problems with justice. They are criminals, according to the prosecution, including the Lava Jato operation, this famous operation that is changing the country and changing Petrobras and companies like this. And all that we can do is really pray, because I have no clue what is going to happen in the next months. The international investors that we are so dependent on, they are really upset with this government. They are really upset with this political situation, upset with our economy, and we need the international investors' money if we want to live as a country. We depend on this money, and have the international investors upset is not something good for us. So all that we can do is to pray and to ask God for a miracle in our lives, to find a way to protect our families down here, and that's all we have. The politicians, they are messing up everything, including our economy. As I told before, we were stolen until the last cent, and now they want more taxes, more money to steal again, because they're not quitting the robbery. The robberies keep going, just to show how it is true. When the mensalão, I think in English is the big monthly payment operation, a few years ago, they were paying the fines in the prosecution, in the lawsuit, using the money of the Lava Jato, using the money that was stolen from Petrobras. So these people, they are really full of greed, and they have a plan. The plan is to buy the state, buy the politicians using these billions, and they are doing a very good job until now. I think that the robbery is still working out for them. We can't be naive. This is a very corrupted country. I think that if we pick up all these values, we are probably the most corrupt country in the world, more than any country in Africa. The difference is we are very rich, we have many resources, and we can survive in a certain way, but we are in a limit, and the result is that our economy is become to be destroyed by all this corruption. So all that we can do is try to do our best. We have elections next year. We have to change everything. In 3 years from now, 4 years from now, we are going to have national elections. We are going to have a chance to do something about. But in the meantime, we have to find a way to survive and to put these politicians under pressure. The change will come from the people, not from the politicians. The change will come from the Brazilian people, not from the politicians. And we have to find a way to do something. More movements, more protests and things like that. And may God help us. Amen.
You have heard Eschatological Moment with Pastor Cristovam Filho.